Is there something perhaps strange in your neighborhood? Well, there's only one team to call. The cult classic Ghostbusters brought some spirit to 1984 when it hit the big screen, with a ragtag team of parapsychologists turned ghost hunters in an attempt to save the city of New York from the supernatural. The film is composed of an all-star cast of actors and comedians that are among the top of the industry still today. If you've ever had a paranormal experience, tell us about it in the comments below. And if you enjoy this spooky rundown, hit that thumbs up button for us and subscribe to the channel for even more. Now let's get paranormal and meet the team. Bill Murray.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Enough, I get the point.
Whether he's hunting ghosts as the fiercely cynical and quick-witted Dr. Peter Venkman, or cracking jokes live from New York, Oscar-nominated actor Bill Murray is an icon in filmmaking. His journey to fame started in the early 70s when he brought his comedic charm to airwaves on the National Lampoon Hour radio broadcast. This helped secure Murray a place in the original cast of Saturday Night Live in 1975. Be sure to check out our top 10 SNL sketches from the 1970s to see Bill flip some cheeseburgers.
Cheeseburger?
And this led to his first starring film role in 1979's Meatballs. Through the 1980s, he was cast in multiple box office smashes like Caddyshack, and co-starring with future fellow Ghostbuster Harold Ramis in Stripes. Then he became Silly Venkman, aka the mouth of the Ghostbusters. Over the next decade, he would grace the big screen in more classic comedies like 1993's Groundhog Day, and frequent with artful director Wes Anderson in projects like 1998's Rushmore. Murray kicked off the millennium with an Oscar nomination for his role in Lost in Translation. Today, he's 70 years old, and his career is still that of legends. We last saw Bill in 2020's On the Rocks, and I so look forward to his reprising Venkman in Ghostbusters Afterlife, alongside fellow cast alums set to premiere in 2021. Annie Potts.
Thank you. We got one!
Janine was the unsung hero on the team, and acclaimed actress Annie Potts brings the sass. But before Janine, she was Vanessa, and received a Golden Globe nomination in 1979 alongside Mark Hamill in Corvette Summer. Potts is also known for her supporting role in the John Hughes classic Pretty in Pink in 1986. But most people remember her as Mary Jo in the series Designing Women, which she starred in for all 7 seasons through the early 90s. Hey, there's a reason she got hired by Venkman and Stantz. Her voice is wonderful. Potts would give life to the character Bo Peep in the Toy Story franchise. Today, Annie is 68 years old and is currently starring as Meemaw in the Big Bang spinoff Young Sheldon. Harold Ramis.
All right, I'm opening the trap now. Don't look directly into the trap.
I looked at the trap, Ray.
Dr. Egon Spengler was the geek, tech-savvy, and deadpan buster of ghosts, and Ramis was the man that would inspire generations of comedians, actors, and filmmakers. Ramis got his start as part of the original crew of Chicago's heralded Second City comedy troupe. Ramis would become the head writer and a performer on the first 3 years of Second City TV, only choosing to leave when he co-wrote Animal House. While pursuing acting, he continued writing scripts, giving us Meatballs and Caddyshack, which would also be his directorial debut. In 1984, Harold joined Ackroyd in creating Ghostbusters. They would once again tag team the 1989 sequel. After the phenomena of Ghostbusters, Ramis continued strong when he wrote and directed Groundhog Day, that many would tag as his finest piece of work. In later years, Ramis directed 4 spectacular episodes of The Office, and in 2009, he was able to attend Second City TV's 50th anniversary special. Sadly, Harold Ramis passed away at 69 years old in 2014. His death shook not just Hollywood. Then President Barack Obama released a statement saying, quote, "When we watched his movies, we didn't just laugh until it hurt. We identified with the outsider. We rooted for the underdog." Sigourney Weaver.
Are you the key master?
Not that I know of.
Dana Barrett sure had a rough go of it during Ghostbusters. But when she wasn't possessed, she had wonderful chemistry with Bill Murray throughout The Haunting. From her iconic Ripley in the sci-fi Alien to the sci-fi actress in the hysterical Galaxy Quest, Weaver is a 3-time Oscar nominee, including twice in 1989 for Gorillas in the Mist and Working Girl. Today she is 71 and still very much at it. For more on Sigourney, check out our biggest bombshells of the 1980s episode to see how she continued her dominance of a decade. Ernie Hudson.
Ray, has it ever occurred to you that maybe the reason we've been so busy lately is because the dead have been rising from the grave?
Winston Zeddmore was a very cheery, great final addition to the team. Hudson made his film debut in 1976 as Archie in the film Leadbelly. He then had a slew of small roles in both film and TV, including Little House on the Prairie and The Dukes of Hazzard. Joining the Ghostbusters helped launch Hudson into the limelight. He came back for not only the sequel, but again in 2016 with the all-female ghost-busting team. Ernie landed a major role as head of the FBI in Miss Congeniality 1 and 2, but possibly his biggest role of all is a staple on HBO's dark prison drama Oz, as Warden Leo Glynn. Today, Ernie is 75 years old, and still very, very active. Since 2015, he's been a recurring character in the popular Netflix series Grace and Frankie. Rick Moranis.
Anybody want to play Parcheesi? Okay, who brought the dog?
Moranis is devilishly funny in this flick, and gives a mean, evil eye. Similar to Ramis, he started on Canada's Second City TV. His film career started in 1983 with Strange Brew. Then he became world famous from Ghostbusters. Moranis would continue film success, like in 1986's Little Shop of Horrors. But besides Ghostbusters, most people remember him as the brilliant yet negligent dad in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Moranis took a hiatus from his acting career in 1997 to concentrate on his family. But now in his late 60s, he just signed on in 2020 to reprise his iconic Wayne Szalinski. The film Shrunk will mark a return to live action for Moranis after a 23-year hiatus. Dan Aykroyd.
Funny us going out like this. Killed by a 100-foot marshmallow man.
Dr. Raymond Stantz was the heart of the Ghostbusters, a very bright yet also simple-minded scientist. Ackroyd himself was once a young man from Canada with goals to join the priesthood. Luckily for all of us, he would go on to drop out and pursue comedy and music. Once stateside, Ackroyd landed a writing gig for an up-and-coming program, Saturday Night Live, and helped cement its legacy. He was soon a household name with his flawless impersonation and iconic characters, highlighted along with John Belushi as the Blues Brothers, that went on to become a band and a movie. Ackroyd was the creator of Ghostbusters, spawning from his infatuation with the paranormal. His original script was more out of this world and included time travel, but adding co-star Harold Ramis as a co-writer helped tighten the script. In 1989, Ackroyd was the second SNL alum to receive an Academy Award nomination for his work in Driving Miss Daisy. Through the 90s, he found interest in secondary roles, like that of a car part super salesman Ray Szalinski in Tommy Boy. Ackroyd became co-owner of national music venue The House of Blues in 1992. Deciding to branch out into the alcohol industries in 2005, he established Crystal Head Vodka, his very own Canadian-made and imported spirits, that keeps him very busy today in his late 60s. These actors proved they ain't afraid of no ghost. So tell us, what's your favorite line or part from Ghostbusters? Have you enjoyed any of the sequels or spin-off cartoons? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this supernatural throwback, please hit the thumbs up button for us and subscribe to the channel to avoid being haunted by Zool. As always, from all of us here at Do You Remember, give us a call anytime.